Now that we have a completed assembly file, we can go ahead and open this up in a presentation file. So we'll go here, um, and we'll go to New, and we'll go down to Presentation. We'll go here. Okay, so now we have a new presentation file, and we want to import that assembly file into it. So we'll go to Create, View, and just for teaching purposes, just it's even though by default or because I have this pivot assembly already open, it's already set here. But remember, you can click on that folder icon and you can look for whatever assembly you want to import. In this case, it would be our pivot assembly. Hit Open. Make sure that this is set to manual. Click OK. So now we've imported this assembly and we want to uh, separate the components. So the feature for that is to tweak the components. So go up here and select Tweak Components. So when we're removing these components, especially when you go to animate them, um, you want to show how you would physically connect these parts. So if I just snatch this handle up, remember there's a pin in here. There's a short post, and then you have this link and all that. So it really wouldn't make any sense physically. So let's do it as if we had this real part in our hand and we wanted to separate it. The first thing I would have to remove is this pin right here. So I left click on it, and so I've selected it, and I can drag in the direction that I want to. Let me oops. Let me go back and select. Sometimes it's a little. Let's go back to components, and I want to. Let's just hit clear. Try it again, and hold down left click. All right, and then drag in the direction that we want. There we go. Okay, so this makes more sense. Taking this pin out here, and we'll hit clear. And the next thing, remember that there's a pin. Let's hit clear here. Remember that we have a pin inside of here. Okay, there's a pin, a short post, and then you have this link, and then you have this handle post, and then you have the handle all attached. So let's see if we can uh, move all of those at one time. So with component set, we'll select here and go back and select components again. We'll select this one. Make sure that it's highlighting all of these. And then I go back and select components, and I want to see if it will select. Make sure I am selecting this pin here, or the short post. Keep calling it a pin. Okay. So now the direction I want to move it in. Um, let's say I'll move it up. So here's the direction. Oops. Let's see, it's not quite. Or I can go this way. Nope. See. Nope. Let's do this. Let's get a better angle. All right. So there we go. All right. Going up. And I'll move it up a little bit more. Okay. So we'll clear. And this is probably the difficult part of presentations is grabbing, how you grab onto the parts, and when you move it, sometimes it is a little stubborn and doesn't want to move right away. So it does take a little trial and error. So here, and you can't really see this short pin because again, I didn't change the material, um, but it's there, and you can see here. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to move this out. Remember, I'm holding down the left button. Okay. Now that I have the post out, Okay, let me go back here. Clear. I can separate this part here. So I'm going to move in this direction. See if I can get this. There we go. And come over here and hit clear. And then I'm going to take the handle, move it up this way. All right, clear. And then close. So let's see what this looks like when we animate this. Handle comes down, link comes back, pin goes in, goes down, back in. Then the order. Okay, pin out. Okay, so physically, you know, if you had these are physical parts. This is how you could separate them, right? And so now these, you know, when I go to open this up in a drawing file, I might have them separated too far and I can adjust it. But for now, let's go ahead and save this. And we can call, because this is a presentation file, we can still call this pivot assembly because it's a different file type. And save. And this box always comes up. Click OK. And then in the next video, we'll see if we can kind of clean up these trails or shorten them a little bit.